Hi everybody. As promised, today is our pre-Shavuot meditation, and instead of recording it live on Facebook, I decided to pre-record it on Zoom and then put it up. Let me explain to you how it works. Meditation is a state where our active or conscious mind is in a state of rest. It's not controlling us, it's not running the show. It takes a side track position, and instead, our higher selves, our soul, is allowed to take over and guide us to receive solutions to our questions, guides us to new insights and new experiences. Um, Today, I'm going to share with you a meditation from my soul work course from the part that deals with archetypes. And Ruth is the representation of the archetype of a stranger. As we know from the Megillah, she followed her mother-in-law to Judea. She came back to the land of Israel with only her mother-in-law. As we know, her husband and the rest of the family did not survive in Moab. And as we know, she was the ancestor of David HaMelech. So this amazing transformation from an outcast, from a person whom many did not want to recognize as Jewish or belonging, to mother of one of our most amazing king and the one who is the ancestor of Mashiach, it's quite a transformation. So she must have had some very powerful personal qualities that enabled her to make this journey and to make it so meaningful as we know it to be. So today we're going to go into meditation to meet Ruth and speak to her and see how she did it. We are going to ask her some questions. So here we go. Here's the presentation from the course. And please take a seat if you're standing. Sit in a comfortable position if you're sitting. Make sure there are no distractions. Silence your phone for a little bit. And just start breathing. I'm going to slow down as well. Start breathing from your heart. Imagine that the air is going in and out directly into your chest. Not through your nose, but directly into your heart. Close your eyes and focus on your breathing. After a few breaths, take a deeper one. Deep breath through your heart and inhale through the top of your head. Visualize the current of your breath going up to heaven and returning back to you as a current of brilliant white light that enters the top of your head and rolls down your spine, vertebra by vertebra, down all the way to your legs. Now take another deep breath through your heart and exhale through your legs, through your feet, into the ground. Visualize the current of air traveling down through your feet into the ground, and then coming back as a very powerful current coming back from the center of the earth and entering the soles of your feet. You might feel a bit tingly. And then the current, which is reddish orange in color, starts to travel up your legs and then up your spine. And there it meets the white current. And try to focus on them both. Try to feel both the currents running up and down your spine and filling your whole body with energy of the universe. Think about a time when you felt a little bit unsure of yourself. when maybe you were new somewhere, maybe you didn't know the people, you were having a difficult time, maybe when you moved schools, maybe you moved to a different town. And invite your higher self, the parts of the soul that did not incarnate in this body this time around, to accompany you. Feel the presence of your higher self on your right. Feel the hug, feel the love, very loving and warm presence. And show the situation to your higher self. Remember when you can say. And then your higher self takes you by your hand and you start walking. First you're walking outside your house, here, wherever you live. And as you walk, holding hands with your higher self, your surroundings start changing. And instead of a modern world with cars and electric wires and airplanes and electricity and all the other aspects of the modern world, you start seeing ancient Judea. You see the fields, occasional well between them. What did their houses look like? Mostly stone, as we know from the excavations. You see the righteous people as they live their lives as they should, keeping the Torah, working the fields in Eretz Israel. And now, instead of looking at the general picture of Judea, you zoom in into one of the wells. And you see a woman leaning over the well to reach down for water. She's lowering the bucket, and then she lifts it up filled with water. Maybe she takes a long drink from it. Maybe she carries the water to her mother-in-law. And as you see, this is Ruth Hamoavia. Around her are friends and neighbors chatting to each other, women who lived in ancient Judea. But when you look closely, you see that she's different. Her skin is darker, and her headscarf is tied in a different way from the other women. She speaks with an accent, and she doesn't initiate conversations. She only responds when they speak to her. She must be a stranger. She sticks out, doesn't she? They don't seem to be speaking to her. Approach her gently, quietly. You can still hold hands with your higher self and ask her for a few minutes of her time. And of course, she'll readily agree. As we see, she's a very caring and loving woman. And you can start asking her your questions. You made a very brave decision when you followed Naomi on a very long road to the land of Israel. You knew you were doing the right thing, even though she tried persuading you to stay, to go back to your family. How did you know you were doing the right thing? What did it feel like, this truth, the truth of your calling in your body, in your soul? How did you know you were on the right track? How did you know you were fulfilling God's wish? You wait for her to respond. You can ask her, how do you survive here? You must feel so lonely. All these women, they're not exactly friends, are they? They're nice, but you must be carried through only by the love of God of Israel, the love of Hashem. How do you manage to hold onto the truth no matter what? How do you overcome it when they're not nice to you? When they say that you're not Jewish and you can't ever be Jewish? What do you hold on to? Just stay so strong no matter what. When you miss the sounds of your own language so many years, what keeps you strong? When you find yourself missing your parents and your siblings and letting your mother-in-law bring up your son as if he was hers, what carries you through? What gives you the strength? What gives you the meaning? Listen for her answers. You can ask any questions you might have of your own for Ruth Hamoavia, and wait for the answer. You can express your admiration for her power of spirit. Ask her to teach you. And if she agrees to teach you, maybe she will give you something, some kind of a token that this meeting really happened. Maybe she'll give you a sheaf of wheat. Maybe she'll pick up a stone from the ground and give it to you. Maybe it's a cup of water from the well that you drink. Water is Torah, refreshing the soul. Receive anything she gives you with gratitude. If you want, you can stay for a few more minutes and talk to her. Share any grievances you might have. Ask her for help. Ask her for advice. And ask permission to come back here whenever you feel the need. When you finish talking to her, thank her. And again, hold hands with your higher self. And start walking back the way you came, through the roads of Judea. And watch it gradually changing over the centuries back to our own time. When you're finished, you can take a deep breath again through your heart and exhale down into the ground through your feet. Thank your higher self for accompanying you on your journey today, and ask it to come whenever you call, whenever you feel in need, whenever you're desperate, lonely, or uncomfortable for some reason. When you need advice, your higher self is always there for you. And when you're finished, move your hands and feet, open your eyes, maybe have a drink of water. And it's at this point that you can write down any insights that you had from this meditation, anything you might have learned, anything Ruth Hamoavia might have taught you on the way. And thank you for joining us today. This is Hannah from Fusion Wellness, and we're looking forward to more meditations and more fun times together. Thank you for joining us.